Next up in Conquest with 0 strength and magic is the Mozu paralog. Normally this chapter is played earlier, but after several attempts I found it to be nearly impossible to reach Mozu without flying units, because ground units are slowed significantly by faceless blocking the way. Here we get Mozu who has 0 strength. Mozu is a particularly useful unit because of her high speed, bow utility, and access to a wide variety of damage skills. Bows are also probably one of the best weapon types in this challenge because of their high might and effective damage against flyers. I handle the map by sending flyers over to Mozu immediately and then spend most of the map training her, and she reaches level 9, gaining 0 strength for a total of 0 strength. I then move on to chapter 11 of Conquest with 0 strength and magic. I decide to deploy a captured Sky Knight from chapter 10, but frankly, those captured units are just fresh bodies with no practical long-term use. This map is structured around entering and clearing rooms, which can be a bit tricky to handle. Since the space is very cramped, it's easy for the enemies to focus down your weaker characters. So often, the best way to deal with the rooms is to send in a single strong unit that can kill everyone inside. Fortunately, Dragonstone Torin fits the build due to her overwhelming defense. I have her defeat everyone in Rinka's Oni Savage room and then move out a couple units to lure out Azama's Hexing Rod. I then deal with the Diviners in the next room with Jacob, whose resistance is good enough to take minimal damage. I then turn my focus to the middle room, which is trickier than the rest because of enemies with lunge and a variety of high damage attackers, including a pair of samurai that have the life and death skill. I send in Korin with all the defense buffs I can, but unfortunately my initial move was too aggressive and Korin got lunged out of range of the stairs, cutting off her retreat. So to salvage the situation, I sent in a generic Sky Knight as a sacrifice to distract the enemies from the main character, allowing me to just barely escape. I continue launching hit and run attacks with Korin, which slowly wears the enemy down. I'm able to keep Korin healthy by retreating across the stairs, but the enemies inside will accrue damage because the room does not have a healer. After some time, I clear all the enemies and capture one of the life and death samurai, even though there's probably no practical use case for this low level unit. I then clear the remaining rooms. Kaze and his ninjas are easily handled by Korin because she takes no damage from them, and Sechina's counter archers aren't a big threat because Korin's damage output is too low for the counter skill to really do anything. I then move to the boss room, which is staffed by Hanoka and a bunch of stationary units. Since the enemies don't move, this is a perfect opportunity to feed XP into Mozu. With buffs from Elise, Camilla, and Jacob, Mozu is able to do a non-zero amount of damage, and after squeezing all the XP I can out of these units, Mozu reaches level 14, gaining 0 strength for a total of 0 strength.